This is ANN News Brief.
Ethiopia State Minister for Women's Affairs says the country's goal of ending both child marriage and female genital mutilation by 2024 was realistic. The United Nations says 1 in every 5 girls younger than 18 in Ethiopia is married. Sameya Wube said it was an achievable target as Ethiopia was not starting from scratch to change these practices. She told the BBC the main issue hangs on attitude because FGM and child marriage are accepted as a norm. The minister said her department will work with religious leaders and community elders to change such cultural traditions. A senior figure in Zimbabwe's opposition movement for democratic change, MDC, has confirmed that Friday's protest over the worsening economy is not going ahead. Tanda Abiti said the decision had been taken out of their hands by police who had cordoned off roads leading to the center of the capital, Harare. Several hundred protesters who had gathered in defiance were allegedly dispersed by the police, whose heavy presence is reported in the city center. Earlier, ANN News reported that the Zimbabwean High Court has dismissed the opposition's application to overturn the police ban. Movement for Democratic Change MDC had called for the mass demonstrations on Friday to highlight people suffering amid worsening economic conditions. Police had warned that the protests are likely to be violent and advised people to stay away. President Emmerson Mnangagwa has called for a dialogue. Meanwhile, human rights groups say 6 anti-government activists have been seized and tortured this week in Zimbabwe ahead of the planned protests. Stay with us to return after this message.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
A Liberian politician has announced he has taken a self-imposed salary cut. Outspoken opposition member Abraham Darius de Leon became the newest senator after defeating President George Weah's candidate in a crucial by-election last month. The new senator from the Liberty Party said during his induction that he would not take more than $5,000 a month and promised to put the rest of his monthly earnings into a separate account for the benefit of his constituency. De Leon also declared his asset before taking office, an unusual move in Liberian politics. In recent years, Liberian lawmakers have ignored a public outcry over their $12,000 to $15,000 monthly salary, while civil servants earn $125 per month. The World Bank says more than half of Liberia's population lives below the poverty line. That's ANN News Brief. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.